Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Virgo, October 27, 2022. Negotiations and one-to-one relationships are highlighted now and in the coming weeks. It can be a time for beginning new relationships or redefining existing ones in significant ways. A stronger awareness of the role someone plays in your life or the need for support and companionship may be in focus now. If you've been holding on too tightly to a problematic relationship, then circumstances now might push the matter. Similarly, this eclipse can nudge you forward if you've been avoiding someone or expressing your relationship needs. The months ahead are important for exploring your need for partnership, whether this is about starting a significant relationship, committing to enhancing an existing one, or recognizing changing needs regarding relationships, dependence, and autonomy in general. Take in now, and take action when it feels right. Often enough, eclipses bring about a small crisis or shake-up that prompts a new direction or the need to venture beyond the usual routine. Eclipse days can be emotionally exhausting, after which energy and motivation slowly but surely rebuild. Venus aligned with this eclipse suggests much charm, open-heartedness, and kindness or personal attraction surrounding your new beginnings. Joy, compromise, and gentleness are important ingredients in your success story with relationships at this time. One of the most significant turning points of your life is upon you. A solar eclipse across the sky from you will roar with tremendous new possibilities. Solar eclipses also bring destined new beginnings to you. For you, it will highlight your solar 7th house of partnership and blasts open a door to make long-term plans, commitments, or promises. You may suddenly decide to move in, get engaged, or even be wed in the months ahead. For singles, this could bring a destined partner who is a soulmate into your life. Be on the lookout for new suitors. Get out there and mingle. The stars are aligned. Who could come through? New partners and surprising twists in your commitments will begin to happen following today's new moon partial solar eclipse in Scorpio. Expect the unexpected as this eclipse will bring in a little bit of chaos with how your responsibilities, arrangements, and relationships transpire. Although jarring, it could bring in something or someone empowering who can transform your work and life. Since this is an eclipse portal, you may want to observe as opposed to setting intentions or manifestations, since this type of lunation is typically challenging to gauge. In the lead up to both the moon's return to your financial sector tomorrow and Mars' retrograde turn in your income sector in 5 days, on both sides of the financial fence there is a call for a wait-and-see approach while waiting for the changes ahead. On the income front, you are waiting for a U-turn that will shift the focus onto untapped income potential, while on the other side of the financial fence there is new potential ahead. Watching the world go by will not suffice for you these days. You want more action, more involvement in things, more people to communicate with, more. This is an effect of today's aspect that will last for a couple of days. Take this energy burst with a grain of salt, because you may not feel like following through on everything you start during this phase. You would be wise to stick with your regular exercise regimen. Are you really ready to fight body and soul to gain victory? If yes, you are certainly in phase with today's vibrations, because you are going to be able to realize a project that you hold dear or create a lasting relationship, notably in your private life. Professional realizations will come a little later and will depend on your ability to be autonomous. After the Sun and Venus left your work sector over the weekend and the Moon yesterday, Mercury is now the last planet standing, and he too will be gone by the end of the week. Fortunately, with your instincts sharp, and as this is the second time Mercury has left in just over a month, so having done this before, this leaves you with everything needed to tie up loose ends. While planetary activity on the job front might be running its course, income and career matters are strengthening and are here to stay. The moon is not only still in your relationship sector after yesterday's eclipsing new moon, but just as Venus is separating from the sun and becoming a voice in her own right. The Moon and Venus align just as she moves into her final 3 weeks in your relationship sector, and having just returned over the weekend, the planet of love is using this to start turning desires into reality. Our eyes in the sky. Today is a unique day that asks everyone to really dive into their subconscious mind. With much of the day pointing toward our need to focus our energy on meditation, it's an important time for some much-needed self-care. If the news and media are getting to you emotionally, don't even look at the things that will upset you. This might mean turning off all social media, hiding the phone, and stepping away from the computer for a period of true rest. The strong conjunction between the Sun and Moon in fierce Scorpio is going to kick up a lot of stuff at once. This is a channeling aspect in the astrological world, especially as the solar path enhances the intuitive ability of your mind. It's the perfect day to write in your journal and dive into the intense self-help work that you need to move forward. It's a great time to discover hidden things about yourself that you haven't been able to connect to because of the state of the world. It doesn't mean that you don't care. Empaths and other extremely sensitive people are going to be even more clued into the vibrations of the community without even looking online. This is a good cry kind of energy. Some healing modalities include playing your favorite music, dancing, singing, taking a soothing bath, and even just chilling out and regrouping in the evening. Just after midnight, the Moon enters Scorpio, exiting its void of course, which began yesterday afternoon. We are now just a few hours out from the Scorpio solar eclipse, making this an occasion for meditation, silence, and release. Many of us will be asleep at this hour, and we might undertake this shedding process in our dreams, letting go of old projections and fears and aligning our intuitive compass. Over the next 2 days, we remain in this inquisitive lunar terrain, seeking deeper communion with our unconscious mind. Before dawn, the Scorpio new moon solar eclipse catalyzes changes to our psychological landscape. As with all eclipses, we are encouraged not to use this time for intention setting. The Sun and Moon's interaction with the lunar nodes prompts karmic events, allowing the universe to work its magic upon us. We should trust the process rather than try to control our fate. However, should we need a meditative prompt to ground ourselves in what is sure to be an energetically turbulent day, we can use the Sabian symbol for the first degree of Scorpio for reflection: tourists on a sightseeing bus. This image is food for thought. It posits the idea of being an observer moving past an observation. We are tourists of our own experience, curious as to the landscape moving by outside our window. We might also consider this Sabian symbol in terms of taking a glimpse into our past, as the luminary's conjunction with the lunar south node suggests that past behaviors, interactions, and conflicts may now consume our attention. If we can detach from the illusion that the past is present and turn our focus to our future, we can avoid getting caught up in unconscious traps now. This eclipse is additionally aligned with Venus, emphasizing our relationships. We may be destined for run-ins with old romantic partners, friends, or colleagues. Or situations transpiring within our current relationships may be eerily reminiscent of prior engagements. We can be curious, like the tourist, about the lessons these people have to teach us, but avoid jumping to Scorpionic conclusions. No need to exit the bus. Matters will become clearer over time.